So, all right, Vishali Nair here. I am the founder and managing director of Enduring Genesis, and today I'm here on day 18 with a very interesting skill, and that skill is about one more quality also. That is the quality which we should have in today's life, right? That is about self promotion skills. Yeah, so today I'm going to talk about self promotion skills and why they are so essential. Yeah, they are essential. Why? Because it is so much needed in today's world, right? So all of you, I think, who are here, they will agree that self promotion is so essential. So without wasting much time now, let's focus. I could not log in yesterday, but today I have logged in because I was in some busy with some other meeting. But yes, today I'm here and I'm going to talk only about this skill, which is self promotion skill. Now, for me, I learned this in early in my career, and that really helped me to grow in the area of research and development as well as project management, right? Because I was a part of project management team. I became the part of project management team very much later, but then I used to be on shop floor taking care of the operations activity in pharmaceutical industry. Then I also moved into formulation development, that is the research development part of hardcore part of R&D. And then I also was instrumental in setting up my own lab. Yeah, setting up my lab in the sense I did that, of course, in my earlier organizations, but that was the kind of experience which really helped me to think how I can really increase my self promotion skills, because that is where I thought that if I use this skill wisely for my career growth, then this is the thing which can really, a turning point if I really use it smartly. And that is why I'm here to guide and advise to so many of you who are from my field, as well as I see lot of you are from the field wherein self promotion is so essential. So without wasting so much of your time, I will just take you to some aspects of how you can really acquire and how you really can use this skill to promote your own growth and to be the successful person. Yeah, so what is the definition of the kind of a self promotion? Yeah, promotion, everybody, I think everyone knows here, right? Because that is what we really want in our life, right? Be it a personal life, like we want to move from one role to another role, for being a small child to a youngster, then to getting married and being a married woman, then a mother, and then a lot of things. Yeah, so a lot of relationships, they also promote us to certain levels in our lives, personal lives, right? And there is another aspect wherein you are an entrepreneur, you are at a workplace, and you really want to grow well in your career and in your business, in your startups for that matter. Then what you need is the skill which can really give you that push also to do better, because self promotion is normally, it is a skill which is with a lot of confident people. Yeah, they know how to use it better. So if I have to really kind of s- uh, define it, then it is like attempting to present yourself to others, yeah, as an accomplished, capable, yeah, smart and skilled person, right? So self promotion can be done through face to face conversation, how I'm doing with you, or on blogs, or on social media platforms, in public speeches, or even through our mannerisms, our posture, our self image, our speech, dress, how we dress up. Yeah, so there are a lot of techniques which you can use to promote yourself. Yeah, so many people use social media nowadays to promote themselves in the professional fields too, like how I'm doing today. I'm sitting in front of you. I'm going to definitely be I will be publishing this on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram, and also this is live on YouTube, right? So these are the platforms which I'm using for my professional field. Now, for that matter, if I'm coming from a field wherein I am really looking forward to get a lot of growth, then obviously I need to use all these medias in today's world. So they might optimize, some people who use such kind of techniques, they might optimize their profiles using relevant keywords. So that is where I think it is very much essential, how you shamelessly pitch your profile on the social platforms. Yeah, so you need to use the relevant keywords so that recruiters or your business partners, potential business partners, they can find you, and they can find that you are more appealing for their job or for their business domain. Yeah, so having said this, let's go to the strategy part of it. Yeah, the true self promotion is like art fully, I will use that word because that is so essential, right? So it's artfully communicating you value, or what you value, what is your story, and and what you can add value to others lives. So this is what people who want. Yeah, so they want to know, they need to know this, and that is where you have to really be very communicative, and that also very artfully with your stakeholders or to whom you really want to promote yourself. Yeah, so there is nothing wrong, which I want to say to all the women out here, that there is nothing wrong with tooting your own horn. Yeah, why it is so important? Because in today's world, we women, we have really a good education system with us, and we are, I have seen a lot of my mentees, they are not even plain graduates, but they are masters, they are PhDs, they are having a lot of experience, 10 years, 12 years, 14 years, 5 years, 7 years, 1 year, 3 years. But that doesn't matter. But if you really want exponential growth, then I will advise that you have to artfully communicate your value to the people. Yeah. So having said this, again, it is now this self promotion. It's a kind of tool, which I say, it's not a skill, but it's a tool, effective tool. Whether you are seeking, whether you are seeking to advance your career, or you want to pursue a new job, or by promoting yourself in ways, that is sometimes, it is not that easiest thing to do. Yeah, so because it depends on your nature, your confidence, your self image which you have built, but it can help build your personal brand. So when you do this, what others get to notice is that they see you at your work, for what you bring to the team. Yeah, what you bring to the business. Yeah, so now reading some of the examples of self promotion at work can also help you learn how to advocate yourself professionally. That is my kind of a thought process here, which I want to share, that if you really see a lot of self promotion people, which normally all the women leaders or the leaders in their respective domain they do, you will understand, how you can also do it for yourself. So people who are good at promoting themselves, they tend to, if you see the characteristic of such people, they tend to have a higher profile in their industry. Yeah, they're quite experienced, and they're very stronger in network. That's why I covered yesterday, day before yesterday, more on networking skills, because these people, they can promote themselves, and their profile, they come out as a very high profile people, and they are generally confident. These people who are self promoting people, they are very confident in their sharing their strengths. Yeah, and their personal brand, and they have an understanding of their value in the market, at employees, as business partners, entrepreneurs, anything. Yeah. So we need to understand when we want to promote ourselves in this environment, which is so competitive, we really have to have that higher profile that you can build with lot of things. You can you showcase your master's degree, you can show your experience, you can show your technical knowledge, you can share your revenues which you generated, or the key skills which you have. So that is where the promotion happens, when you understand what are your strengths and what you can generate as a personal brand. I think that is so essential to all of us. Yeah. So what is now self promotion? Again, going back to this question, because I want to emphasize more on this, because it's so essential, right? Self promotion is the process actually of networking and presenting yourself to the public in order to achieve your professional goals. So this is a common thing which I want to say as a layman, because then everybody here can understand, because essentially promoting yourself means what? It is presenting yourself, right, to others. So, how you can present yourself to others as an accomplished, capable, skilled professional in the area of your expertise, or in the field of your expertise. So this is a kind of, this is a this is a skill which you can learn, and that can promote you also growing your career in the future. So understand the importance or the significance of knowing what self promotion is and how you can acquire. So depending on your specific goals, you can really incorporate a range of self promotion techniques that can help you to develop in your career. Yeah, one second, please. So some people, they are still asking in the inbox, how it is so important. So you tell me that how it is so important in today's world. Yeah, it's crucial, right? It's crucial for gaining employers' attention. It is for expanding your own professional networks. Yeah, and even serving, as a professional in your area where you have that subject matter expertise, and also even for securing your professional recommendations, because they are so essential, that when people know that, when they come to know about your profile, when they come to know about your strength, the way you exhibit those skills in front of them, how you promote yourself while making them understand that these are the skills which are there in your basket. Yeah. So this is where I feel that, why it is so crucial. Whether you are building your own business, you are seeking a new job, or for that matter, kind of, your self promotion can be, or working towards your advancement in some more new skills. So these are the areas wherein, self promotion can be a powerful tool, yeah, for achieving successful results in your career. Yeah. So having said this, I just want to tell you that additionally, it can also help others notice your strengths, your qualifications, boosting your marketability, and also for establishing your professional reputation. So this is, understand the gravity, or the what I will say, significance of, how, why you should promote yourself. Yeah. So now there are some 10 tips which I want to really give to those people who are coming from the working in the organizations in big multinational companies, or having really a very good jobs in their bag. So these are some of my tips for you, because by using this you can really advance your career. Yeah. Share your accomplishment. That is the first tip which I want to give. You know why? Because rather than waiting for the formal praise, take advantage. We women, we need to take advantage of our company's resources, so that we to self promote. Yeah. A recent endeavor that led to a success. All these things are so important when Like, when you have those accomplishments, don't shy away from exhibiting or telling others or sharing those accomplishments in your community, with your friends, with your family members. Because consider sharing your accomplishments, like, in a monthly newsletter, if you can do that. Yeah. So company wide mail or meetings, that also you can do it at your workplace. Like example, I want to say that, whenever I used to make a lot of I used to complete lot of projects. Yeah. When I used to work for all these multinationals, I used to really send out monthly emails, you know to highlight the areas of accomplishments in that particular month. Yeah. Because that is so a great opportunity for each one of us to present our efforts to our colleagues, our supervisors, our bosses, our line managers, our directors, wherever we are at workplace. So understand this, because sometimes I have seen lot of my women colleagues or my juniors, or for that matter, even those who were, horizontally same at my level, they always fail to do this, because this is where you really have to feel proud about yourself. You, because you, if you are giving so much time at workplace, building your career, and in turn if you get your accomplishments in that particular month, it is always good to highlight this in a monthly, kind of mail, or kind of project review meetings, or wherever you get that opportunity. Just a tip to you. Now, second tip which I want to give to all women here is about, promote your expertise outside of your home. Why it is so essential, women, my dear friends? Because it is so helpful to make your skills, the technical skills or business skills or anything, whatever you have, it is so important that if you do this, to outside, where people may not know this. Yeah. This is where I want to give one example to all of you, because me being a business leader, in my area, I was doing excellent in my professional career. But when I used to be outside of it, I really used to have time for doing that. I always aspire to do that, but sometimes we have so many personal priorities, like, looking after our kids, or taking a lot of responsibilities of our parents or in-laws or siblings or spouses. We don't have that kind of thought process that we should go out and we should boost about our accomplishments, our work, what we are doing, the kind of knowledge sharing which we can do, what we are actually doing in our businesses. I've seen a lot of females, they fail to do that. Whatever could be the reason, but you can, from today onwards, consciously take the efforts to promote your expertise. Because I have seen lot of people who are not thinking, who are not so well receptive. They may not take it initially, but as and when you have the opportunity to keep this ball rolling, please do that, because that is where people understand that. So consider now using a social media account to share your recent marketing strategies, or speak about your professional expertise. It's so important, because people outside your organization may not be knowing this, your friends may not be knowing this, your relatives, close relatives may not be knowing from where you're coming. Yeah. You might be a good leader in your life, in your professional life, but if they don't come to know, sometimes some people, they keep very low profile. And some women also, for that matter, I have seen that they keep very low profile, and they feel great pride about it. But I'm not saying that you boost off, you say whatever is irrelevant, but you can really promote what is your relevant expertise, because that is so important. Like, for instance, writing informal blog articles, or sharing some of the tips about success. These are the two ways, you can promote your expertise outside of the workplace. So I see a few comments here, and it is very easy, girls, to do this. Yeah. Because by doing, you can always impart, to others. You have two benefits here. One, is you showcasing your expertise outside of the work. And the second, lot of people who are just beginning their careers, they're beginning their startups, if you put them on social media or even if in the known circle, they understand, they can come to you for guidance, for mentoring, and in turn you will get always that satisfaction that you are relevant to others, you are adding value to somebody's life. Yeah, so this is so important. Now the third tip which I want to give is advocate for your contributions. Lot of people, yeah, I see, yeah, a lot of comments here, yeah, coming, yeah. So advocate for your contribution, what do you mean by that? So this is so important, yeah. It is important for us, to remember that self promotion also includes how your contributions add to your organization's success. So you really need to be very, very smart here to advocate, whatever efforts which you're putting in your organization, in your business, in your entrepreneurship, in your startups, or in your relationships, you need to advocate those contributions. Yeah, you have to advocate for your those, kind of engagements, or how the value which you added to these organizations or these businesses, how that those things, those contributions, they cause significant changes in the organization, brought good revenues, or you could really do better in your startups. And then you can actually consider letting your supervisors also know when you finish your important projects, for example, or take on additional urgent tasks to ensure that they understand your motivation, from where you're coming, how you want to help the organization, how you want to achieve the business goals. So all these things are like advocating for your contribution. So exceptional work reflects very positively on both you and your manager, and they can demonstrate how you apply effective communication to keep everyone updated on the progress which you are making towards company goals. So lot of people, yeah, here they have, yeah, I see that. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, of course. Because unless and until you boost yourself, unless and until you boost what you are contributing to the organization, unless and until you advocate your contributions and say it without any inhibition, I think that message doesn't go then directly. Start doing that. Because my dear friends, you need to start doing that because that really helps in your growth. Yeah, so the fourth tip which I want to again give, that's about promote positive feedback from performance reviews. Yeah, this is so essential, isn't it? Because a performance review, it's an opportunity. Yeah, it's an opportunity so that you can have excellent time to reflect with your manager on your success. So understand why it is so important. Because I remember I was sitting in one of the in one of my appraisal, where normally at the end of the year you have this opportunity to talk about your performance, annual performance. And when you yourself, if you really are much more prepared with lot of data, and if you really go to your line manager and discuss about your successes, discuss about how you have completed the project, discuss about what was your profit for that particular quarter, or all those things, or for the year, then I think after the performance review, you can confidently use the feedback from your manager to promote the strengths and skills which were discussed to other senior management. Yeah. Yes, how many of you agree to this? Yes. Yeah, I see that. Yeah. Yeah, I see that. So, Bana, I see you, girls. I see you because see, supervisors may take notice of the specific compliments given to you by your manager and see these trends as valuable enough to offer you a promotion within the company. This is so important. Why? Because when your line manager gives a positive feedback to his line manager about your performance, about your success, you can understand what kind of visibility which you get within the organization, right? So that's my tip to you. Now the fifth one which I want to give here is provide support to colleagues and peers. Yeah, this is so essential because helping others, having that empathy that you want to help others can be another effective way to use self promotion, because then you are creating one image of yourself in the minds of your colleagues and peers. Yeah, if you finish your work early, you can let your manager know that you are done and available to help others. One more thing tip: by offering support after completing your work, you demonstrate your proficiency at accomplishing important tasks. Yeah, and you can also have the opportunity to assist co-workers with your unique knowledge and skills. Yeah, so the message which goes outside within the organization, within your colleagues, within peers, that you are there as a role model so that they can also complete their jobs on time. They can also give the support to others to build that good team. Yeah. So for example, if you have unique processes for working with spreadsheets, offer to help other co-workers to develop that proficiency. Similarly, if you find yourself with a spare time, like classically, that is where a lot of people, they don't know how to do with the spare time. You can talk to the people, get more knowledge from them, from other departments. You can also find that if they need something, some help from you in that period which you are skilled at, you can offer that help. So this is the perfect time to show those skills to others, so they will be grateful for the help and they could use you as a resource for their own function in the future. So this is so important. You know what you are doing, you are actually promoting yourself in the process, because then if that things remain in the mind of colleagues or peers, or for that matter the functional heads from different functions, they know that you have the skill and they know how to use you for doing some assignment in there. So these are the classical examples. When you move from one function to another function, people can readily take you because they know that this person is a skilled person and can really contribute significantly to even my own function. Yeah. So now the sixth tip which I want to give is about discuss your positive feedback with your manager. So if you get a very good feedback from a colleague, from a line manager, or from a different functional head, I tell you, girls, please don't shy away. Make it very obvious at workplace when you speak to your line manager about this. Yeah, that is where you can also have a written kind of email feedback. Yeah, for example, if I'm sending along because some of my co-workers feedback relates to the feedback you gave during my performance review. So sometimes you make that and make it obvious to your line manager. You have worked on certain things after, even if when you had a performance review with your line manager, and when you were discussing, you also can give reference of those emails or something of that sort. See, this is where I really did best. Yeah. So communicating the positive feedback you get from the teammates can also help you show your employer your motivation to succeed, your motivation to take lead roles, yeah, and then contribute to the organization. Now, seventh, yeah, one second. So, seventh thing which I want to really give to you is about you have to really compliment your co-workers also for their accomplishment. This is so important because I have seen a lot of people, they resist themselves from this habit, yeah, this process. It actually, if you do that, it highlights your ability to share the praise. And when the colleague you're complimenting finds out this, that you said positive things about them, they are more likely to do the same for you in the future, right? So sharing credit also shows that you enjoy collaborating with others, yeah, for certain projects. So it is such a desirable skill for many employers. So you understand, even in the businesses, if you recommend somebody for some good work, some other different project or different work, based on your earlier experience, then even the person also, when he comes to know, he can also recommend you for some another business idea, some other business growth opportunity, right? So this is very very important. Now the eighth tip which I want to give is about keep your portfolio always up to date. This is so essential because I have seen lot of females, lot of my women friends, they don't do this, and this is so unfortunate. Now consider keeping a portfolio of your work on social media or personal website. Some of them even really don't have it on LinkedIn. Some of the really good leaders, even the group leaders or the team leader, they don't have their profile updated on the LinkedIn platform. So be sure to update, your portfolio very regularly. So your social and professional networks, they can see your most recent accomplishment. This is very very important because that is how the recruiters, they always look at your current accomplishments and then they propose the names to their organizations or their clients for your name. Yeah. So additionally, showcasing your portfolio across multiple social media platforms, that can also help you reach more professionals and add more to your network. So resulting in future developments, growth opportunities, recommendations, etc., etc. Right. So I think that the ninth one is, you, that is your one. That is identify which skill is the most useful one for your role. This is so essential. So identify that skill, which is most useful for your current role and the role which you want to take in near future. So you have to understand that and you have to focus on developing that particular skill. So it can also remind you which skill you may want to mention in performance reviews, or which you want to actually use it for other feedback opportunities. For example, if you know that communication is an essential skill for your particular role, like for me, I'm a project head, so it's very important that timely communication of the project goals, red flags in the project, some critical issues which need to be resolved. All these things, when you do it, you can mention that in your self evaluation, that you are managing multiple communication channels and you are initially you are actually so pro that you are in initiating contact with others whenever necessary. So this is also very important tip which I want to give. Now the last one which I want to give here, and I want to end my part on how we can do the self promotion in the workplace. Yeah. So the last one is find additional opportunities to promote yourself. So how you can find out that a great time to casually mention something that you recently did well in the workplace is when your supervisor tells you good morning, yeah, and ask you how you are doing. This is what I have done it so many times in my career, because that is where you build that rapport. Yeah, you actually promote whenever you get that opportunity. Even I have done it when I used to be at the tea vending machines, and I have done it with so many cross-functional leaders. Yeah, so this is where there is no pressure situation. When you are having your tea or when you are having your lunch, and really you can promote your work whenever you have such kind of opportunities. Normally I have seen that a lot of yeah, a lot of, yes, absolutely, Ranjish, yeah, absolutely. So I have seen this. Yeah, you can tell them how wonderfully you are. How you with so much of energy you did that did complete that shipment coming at the right time to your warehouse, or you really taking the kind of lead in the business development related conversations with the vendor. All these small things which are day to day things which you do, but if you promote that with your line managers or with your cross functional stakeholders, they know exactly what you are doing. And that is where this leaves them thinking very positively about you at the end of the conversation. So always try to do that. Yeah. So let's go to the now the business part. How self promotion is so essential in any business. Yeah. So becoming the face of your business actually fosters human connection with your brand. So always remember this. Yeah, personal branding. It was once it was seen as a public relation tactic, which was made basically for celebrities or for business tycoons. I will say use the word. So, but in today's world, digital world, any small business can benefit from the practice of self promotion. All of you agree? Yeah, I see a lot of yes, here, yeah. So, personal branding, or for that matter, personal relations, that encompasses how you manage your business relationship with the wider world. Yeah, and often the people behind a small business are the most compelling thing about it. Yeah, that is why savvy entrepreneurs, they embrace being the face of their business. Yeah, so it is an easy way to bring your public relations in house, share authentic stories about what you do, and create that lasting relationships with your audience. Yeah. So now, if you see the change in my pitch, the change in my tone, the change in my voice quality, and the pace with which I'm speaking, that you can really make out what I'm doing. I'm creating my own personal branding. I'm creating my own personal image. Yeah. So that is what people who are into counseling, those who are into mentoring, those who are into the teaching kind of professions, they really need to talk with a little slow pace. Those who are into motivation or inspiration, those who are into they are mentors, they really need to go fast. They really need to talk with lot of enthusiasm. They really need to bring on that energy. Yeah. So bring on, yes. So that is what I like to. I always use a combination of everything based on to whom I'm speaking. Yeah. So fostering your personal brand to boost your business, so essential, right? So building the personal brand, how it helps? It helps with media coverage. Every small business has at least two essential PR angles to pitch to a journalist, to a news magazine, to a blog, to a website, or use for self promotion. Yeah. So what the business offers, the founder story, both of these angles are so valuable. So startup entrepreneurs, they tend to focus PR efforts on their offering instead of more personal stories. So thinking that coverage of their product or the services will lead to a higher sale. But I'm telling you, ladies, those who are entrepreneurs here, please understand, you know, press coverage featuring your product or services, they never guarantee increased sales. So it is great for building your brand and credibility, which can drive sales, but it doesn't create that meaningful connection with your audience. So I always advise my mentees, those who come, from these backgrounds, they need not actually advertise about their products. They need to share some connect, something which can connect to their audience. Yeah. So it's not talking about bragging about your own product, but it is also about telling a story about your product, about your offering, about your efforts, which can connect instantly to their hearts. Yeah. So the personal story or the why behind your business is typically far more interesting and engaging than descriptions which we normally, what we offer, that is so not so important. So it gives your audience an insight into what you stand for, what are your values. It engages them personally with your business. The best PR captures your infectious entrepreneurial passion. Yeah. It focuses on why you do what you do. Yeah. So understand the employee. Yeah, I see a lot of bulb on moments. Yeah. Yeah, you show how that contributes value to what you say. So when I started my mentoring, when I started my coaching, everyone was asking me the same question, that ma'am, you're coming from a pharmaceutical field, a research and development background, and now you are mentoring and coaching the corporate executives. And there I really had to tell the story why actually I basket product to my technical offering. Yeah, why? Because when I was doing some projects with my global counterparts, and when I was a consultant, that is the phase when I realized that we have forget about now the gender bias, but we have a lot of expertise, technical expertise with us, but we don't know how to present. Sometimes those who are coming from the vernacular background, they are short of words, they have lot of potential to grow, but they are shy to showcase their showcase their value to the organization or to the stakeholders. And that is where I realize I need to really mentor these people, this the tribe with which I work. And that is where I decided, why not I do this now only, because that's the time when I decided to start. And I tell you, girls and ladies here, that really worked, because the moment I started telling my story to others, why I am doing this, it touched their heart, because there are so many women out there. I was recently speaking to one of the I'm a part of lot of community groups, and there was one lady, she was actually wanted to start her assignment in some government office, and she really wanted to take handover of her job from somebody else. Yeah, and she was not sure how to take that handover. Yeah, and she was not sure what data she should ask for. She was not sure about her new line manager, how she will build a rapport with her. All those things, they really there I felt, that was a story which, I just want to tell this story to all of you, because that is where I say, oh, people are having so much of experience in their professional career, but they are still lost somewhere. They don't know, how to really showcase the quantum of work which they were doing. And that really touched me, and I started telling that story to my mentees and my people. And that is where they realize why I'm doing this, what I want to do. Yeah, and that is the mission which I carry. For why? Because I want to touch and empower and impact lives of at least 1 million women in next 3 years, because that is my mission, that is my story, that is the story which touched me, and I am ready to share that story with all of you, because I feel that women, they have lot of potential even in the technical areas. Now you see ISRO. Yeah, I see the lead who was there. She has done a fantastic job, and she was there on the stage, on the dais, to showcase that yes, she was there to for her self promotion. Understand the relevance of it, girls and ladies here, because that is where we really need to showcase our strengths, our technical strengths, our expertise, anything, because that is where we, when we start doing this, we know what we can do. Yeah, we know, because that is where we can actually accelerate our growth. So when you embrace your unique voice and personality, you can set yourself apart from the competition. That is one of the best point, because then you know that there is, everybody's story is so unique. Even in business, everybody's story is so unique, from the backgrounds, from the cultural background, from the education background. All these people, they come from different diverse backgrounds, and when they offered, when they have their unique story to tell others, you can understand, there is no competition there, because that is where you can create a genuine good bond with your audience, right? So having said this, okay, what so what, someone has said it here, what is that self promotion can help us to do? Yeah, so create connections. Although you can share many reasons that someone should buy what you sell, ultimately a person personal touch is like compelling. Seeing the person behind the business helps your audience to understand how it fits with their own identity. This is the quickest, easiest way to create these connections. Yeah. So make yourself known in the circle. Yeah. The trend within the large corporation is to make the CEOs the face of the brand. But small businesses will find this very easier to execute. Yeah. So bigger companies may get caught up in those corporate red tape that a small business owner can really avoid. So that is the advantage which all small business owners they have. Any small business founder can go online today and share stories about themselves and their business. That's so easy, right? It is so easy and relevant that you can easily connect to your audience. Now join the conversation. When you run a very small business, you can react quickly to the news or cultural happenings. Yeah. So understand that better you keep your knowledge updated, better be aware of the surroundings, better what is happening in the society, some social issues or something very unique which is relevant to your area of business. Understand, join those conversations. Some of the best PR moments they have come from businesses that are very quick to respond to something going on in the wider world. What people are doing nowadays. The moment I am just going back to the ISRO example, and you see a lot of people they who supported the mission, they have come out, though they are having very small businesses, they have come out and they are actually using that, saying that okay, I was the contributor for this particular accomplishment of India. So this is where this could be responding to a crisis also, or it can be responding to a very big event like ISRO's, and on a situation that is revolving or evolving in real time. Yeah. So position yourself as an authority. This is another tip which I want to give to all business owners because they fail to understand this. As a small business owner, you have the potential to be seen as an expert. Understand this is a very important quality which all the small business owners can use. Yeah, an important and powerful way to build your professional reputation and credibility is through small business owners. Understand this, and that once you are known as an authority in your industry, the possibilities of you growing up exponentially they also go up. Yeah. 1 second, please. So personal branding is not just reserved for extroverts. Understand this because there are few who are commenting, ma'am, I cannot do this shamelessly. I have a lot of restrictions or communications. I see all those communication conversations happening in the chat box, and I want to tell you, each one of you, that you know it's for everyone. Personal branding is for everyone. It is self marketing, it is self promotion. It is worth getting comfortable with sharing who you are, what you do, and why you do it. Otherwise, how will anyone know about it, right? So there is also major perk, doing your own kind of PR. Why? Because you can control your own narrative. Yeah, you can say what you really want to say. Without your input, people will create their own narrative about who you are and what you do. So always understand that when you do this, you can control your own narrative, what you want to tell the world, people around the world. Huh? You have an incentive to stick to. If it is very aspirational, then obviously you can really change a lot of lives. So it is easier to tell people who you are early on rather than trying to shift your audience mindset down to the down the road. So always see to it that you control your own narrative when you actually do your own PR. Share the best stuff. Always, I tell you, always. You don't need to wait for a PR agency to cherry pick your most media worthy moments. You can raise your brand's profile in compelling ways right now. Yeah. Why? Because think of it. Yeah. Think of it like this, suppose I am doing something very good and I'm associated, I am right, I just want to give one example that if I'm doing some social community event and that I'm a part of it and I'm really it's connected to my business or me being in mentoring. I always put those on social medias. When you enthusiastically tell your best friend great news, they experience joy with you. So you can also replicate this to other community groups, right? So share your wins, share your struggles, even your struggles, so that they understand, how from where you're coming. Yeah. So this, if you do it with your audiences on social media or social channels, maybe that's a good business opportunity. Yeah. You never know. Yeah. Sometimes, you can capture your emotion in video. So there is a reason a video promotes so well across all social media. Why? Because it's a way to put your authentic self in front of your audience. Yeah. So viewers, they feel like they know the people featured in that video. So it's a cost effective tool for introducing yourself to people you haven't met. So you can reach out to masses. Yeah. And that is a greater impact. So be nice. That the last one is be nice and save money. So PR at its core, it is about how you behave in public. Yeah. So good manner, they cost nothing, right? Absolutely nothing. Even if you do the smallest act, which is of empathy in public, a smallest help which you can give to the needy whom you see on road, a smallest help which you can give to a child who is actually struggling to get the basic education. All these good manners, they may cost nothing in terms of peanuts, hardly peanuts, but you can give that extra care to your customers. That is the care in customer service interactions. Take your time when talking with people about your business, and remember to be pleasant in every interaction you have. So that way you constantly promote positive qualities of your business, and also which are the positive qualities of you, right? So that will not cost anything to you. Understand this? Yeah. So grow your audience. How can you grow your audience? Yeah. Someone is putting the comment, oh yeah, yeah, mouth to mouth recommendations. Yeah, a lot of, yeah. Yes, you all are smart girls. Yeah. So acquiring new customer is more expensive than nurturing your existing customer database. How many of you agree? Yeah, I see. Yeah, I see you, Sabana. I see you. That is the African word, you know, to say that I see you. Yeah. So you can always use this if you really want to have a good self image. And that I got in a very beautiful, training program, which was by Pooja Punit. I don't want to shy away for taking that name. She's such a beautiful person in and out, and she does so many things for a lot of women. Yeah, one woman community of women, army of women. So this is where I think that self promotion helps you share new products, new services, and it actually generally reminds your audience that you exist. Yeah. So in turn, it also prompts word of mouth recommendations, which is the most cost effective way to grow your audience. Yeah. Share what you know. So it is also very easy if you have a lot of experience. If you are coming from a very experienced area, like for my thing, I have seen a lot of people coming from good sales and marketing area, and they really share a lot of things on social platforms nowadays. Lot of keynote speakers, they really put so much on the media. Lot of small entrepreneurs, they share so much of their experience on the social media. So whatever they know, they have started sharing valuable information that helps them also to grow, as well as to others also grow. So in a world wherein we don't have to hide anything, because everything is available on social platform. Yeah, everything is available on Google. So you should not have a fear, why I should share. You can share what you know. Yeah, because arguably the busiest way to raise your personal profile is to share your area of expertise. Yes, lot of things may change, because it can change your business, it can change your field, it can change your social circle, it can change anything. So this type of content creates and maintain the engagement with the audience. Yeah. So everyone starts somewhere. Understand this. That is the last thing which I want to say today, because everything starts somewhere. Yeah, and everyone starts somewhere. So the more relatable your business is to your audience, the faster it will grow. So if you are an introvert, just imagine, try posting photos with captions or writing blog posts. For example, for extroverts, camera time, speaking on panels, attending network events can really kickstart their profile. Yeah. So at least dedicate that. These are small tips again. Dedicate 10 minutes a day for self promotion. Yeah, and think of every public interaction as a PR opportunity. Always think that. As I said, when I had a lot of good conversations at the tea vending machine in my their organizations. So this can unlock the door to more opportunities and give you an edge over your competition. Yeah. So having said this, I just want to really take you through some of the shameless kind of self promotion for startups, because there are few who are coming from the startups here. Yeah, they just have started with the startup. So for most startups, especially those who are kind of good strap, or they are not yet funded, when it comes to the startup PR, you are prepared to take the long road alone. So understand this. But tackling promotion solo, it doesn't have to be a challenge. Yeah, so in fact it is a lot easier than you may think. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So there are some tips which I want to share with you, and how you can do, because these are some of the principles which you can use when you really want to work on your startup or in the process of setting up your startup. So that is where you really need to make a kind of comprehensive proposal, business proposal, and that you have to shamelessly pitch in. Yeah, when you go for your business meetings, or when you go for to meet your potential clients, always do that. You should be talking not only about yourself, but also about your story, and also about what is the strategy which you are looking at for the next 3 or 5 years. You have to shamelessly pitch yourself. Yeah, so these are the tips for those who want to really go with the startup. There are a lot of tips which I can share. Those who are really engaging into startups, and if they want to get in touch with me, they can get in touch with me on enduringgenesis@gmail.com. They can also send a messenger on my Facebook page, Enduring Genesis. They can also WhatsApp me on 9833381769, or they can also call me on the same number. So, having said this, I'm moving to some of the very important tips. How sometimes this can also what things you should avoid, for in the process of self promotion. So these are very small things, but they are very important. Yeah, so making false claims and over promising. So avoid making false claims. Being truthful and realistic about what you can deliver is the key to building an authentic brand. Always understand this. While it might be tempting to overpromise sometimes in an effort to please or reassure your audience or your clients, ultimately this will backfire and disappoint and lead to unmet expectations. Yeah. So whenever you are doing, self promotion, always try avoiding false claims and also over promising. Yeah. Just so this can make you a trusted partner in the long run. Yeah. So this was actually said by, this was actually covered by Linda McLaughlin, who is a leadership, who is founder of Leadership Works. Yeah, there is another one which is from Christy Harris. Yeah, Christy Harris, who is the strategic advisor. She says that bragging when highlighting achievements can also be a no-no, because when you are doing the self promotion, understand, it can often help you establish credibility or highlight specific achievements. So no one enjoys, listening to someone who brags. Yeah. So by sharing insights or lessons gleaned from that experience or from that accomplishment, you can actually choose not to highlight the notable item while still providing the value to the listener. Yeah. So don't brag about your accomplishments. Yeah. So that's a kind of a true win-win situation, right? So there is another one which is about selling while promoting yourself. This is one which I think is so essential in today's world. Yeah. So never sell while attempting to promote yourself. Please never do that mistake because tell a story that attracts. Yeah. Use the good strategy, not the push. Yeah, because that is often used when you self promote. Yeah, so never underestimate your audience emotional intelligence, EI. Yeah? They will definitely distinguish between a self-serving promotion from an honest client serving vocation. Yeah, so understand this. This is so essential, girls. Yeah, those who are into entrepreneurship. Yeah, because I think I have come across with so many who really have the habit of uh, selling when they are promoting. Yeah, and when they're promoting, they're actually selling. That's not a good strategy. Yeah, I'm so sorry if you are getting a noise in the background. That is the construction work which is going on in my just next to my residence where I stay. So, being one-sided in your messaging, how many of you agree? One of the big mistakes in self-promotion is being one-sided. Share all sides of your story. What worked and what did not work, what you stand for and what you don't stand for. Share your expertise as well as what is totally not up your alley, right? So, what you can truly deliver, what you can't deliver. In other words, share who you absolutely are and also who you are not. This is very important because it is often the contrast between black and white that brings clarity. Yeah, so that is such a powerful tip where you really have to understand, you really have to be while self-promoting, you really have to say what you can do and what you cannot do, what you can deliver, what you cannot deliver. It is so honest thing, which you can tell others, yeah, while self-promoting. Focusing only on your accomplishment this is another thing which you should avoid. Yeah, self promotion is not only about you and your accomplishments, it is also about understanding and explaining how you can add value to others. Yeah, so this requires a lot of emotional intelligence, this requires a lot of empathy, your self awareness of how you show up to others and how you are perceived by others. So very important. So as it pertains to your audience and their needs, empathy is one of the things which you really uh, need to show in all areas of your life. Making yourself and your work visible is as much about working what others value as it is about you, right? So yeah, now, taking credit for others. This is the classical thing which I have seen with a lot of leaders in the industry. One of the worst traits that the leaders they take credit for others' work as their own. This is such a annoying kind of no kind of self promotion which I will say. While it might drive short term accolades or awards or anything, but invariably it creates lot of distrust. Yeah, lot of lack of respect for that person. So because that is that will not go extra mile, right, in the long run. So it is far better to recognize the achievement of others as what goes around always comes around. Always remember this because some people they don't do as such. You might have come across a lot of who are coming from the professional background, working places. They might relate this because here, if your line managers or your superior, they take credit of all the work you have done, you always will never respect those people, right? They will lose the respect in the eyes of you. So always remember that when you are doing self promotion, you should avoid this taking credit for others' work. Now trying to get it perfect, that is another thing which I want to say you should avoid. Yeah. Why? Because perfection is an illusion, right? Women in particular, they tend to be very hesitant to self-promote and they're very uncomfortable doing it. I don't know, I've seen it. Yeah. But when perfectionism is added to the mix, you will probably never go out and actually promote yourself. I know that this is not, women are very not so good in self-promoting themselves. Yeah. Because, they are little hesitant. That is what I have seen. They don't know what will be the impact on others even if they want to, and they also have some fear if they lose themselves about they being best at whatever they do. Probably that can come as a backfire. That is really not a good thing, which I think we should avoid. So always try to do, and I never say that it has to be perfect. You can always talk about yourself, you can always talk about your accomplishment, you can always promote your self image, you can also promote your accomplishments, recent successes, promotions to others. You can share that with other cross functional stakeholders or the leaders in the organization. But having said this, I just want to tell you that you need not be very perfect. Yeah, you can just start. Now, selling yourself on social media, this is another thing which I really don't like, because I have seen a lot of self-employed people, they use the social media as platform to sell themselves their products or services. But having said this, when it is the necessity, it is you can do this by sharing the knowledge, by providing some information which is for the betterment of the community rather than advertising it. So use advertising tools. I'm not saying that such as paid ads for that purpose, but use social media posts to add value to your community and become the expert in that area. That is my advice to all of you. Now talking about yourself, yeah, or your company. This is so important. Now this is for the entrepreneurs, yeah. Your customers, they don't care about your company. Whether like in my case, whether I'm coming from Enduring Genesis, whether I am working in all other multinational companies or anything, they don't want to really care about me as a founder, but or how long I have been into the business. But they don't even care carefully is how your offer will help make their life better, help maintain their social status. So avoid talking about yourself and keep talking about your customer. Understand this very well. This is so important because you might be founder, as I say normally, but when I actually deal with my mentees, or when I actually speak to my mentees or my clients or my potential customers, or the community with which I work, I always see to it how I can help others, how I can talk about others, how can I understand their problem, how can I guide them, how I can give them the solution. And there, even if I know at the bottom of my heart that I'm a subject matter expert in that area, but still I keep that thing to myself and I really offer solution to their problems. Yeah. So this is very, 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 very essential. Yeah. So yeah, calling yourself as an expert. Yeah, this is the one thing which you can avoid while doing the self promotion. Yeah, this is why, because people do understand from the way you talk, the way you behave, the way you behave, the way your posture is, the way your knowledge is. So they already know when they look at you, when they talk to you, they know that you are an expert. You are coming that from that field. You have the niche expertise in that area. So as far as possible, always, someone, Carolyn Vernon, she had said, that when they know that when you are actually in the process of developing a craft, or your course, establishing your coaching practice, or growing into your role, or you're on a continuous learning journey, always understand that you don't have people do understand from the body language, from your knowledge, from your the way you share your information, they understand that you are an expert. Yeah. So by calling yourself as an expert, you are claiming that there is nothing left to learn. So always see to it, audience or the client, they understand you very well. So if you are looking for alternative to calling yourself as an expert, always consider yourself as a thought leader. Yeah, consider always yourself as a subject matter enthusiast. Don't ever say the word, that is so that I am the leader in my this, or I am this, or I am blah blah blah. Always say that you are a thought leader in your area. You are a subject matter enthusiast into your area. Yeah. So go now. The last one which I want to, not last. I think there are four more which I want to really share with you, and that is going into sale modes with referral. This is such a bad habit which all entrepreneurs they should understand that whenever you get any referral, don't misuse. Yeah, don't misuse by directly getting into the sales mode. So if you have a referral, it is time to determine the potential clients needs. You have to really spend some time before offering your services or product to the people or who are actually the referrals. Yeah, so if you have a need, you can assist with, ask more intelligent questions about their need. Yeah, going directly into the sale mode can switch off them. Yeah, and you can lose a potential client. Always understand this. Yeah. Now the next one which I want to really say is about promoting your own agenda. So this is a very thing which you can avoid. Avoid your own agenda. Avoid your self promotion altogether. Self interest is the nail in the proverbial coffin. Lot of warm moments, warm moments. So if you can truly focus on others, amazing things will happen. But if you focus only about yourself, your own agenda, then nothing will move. So people like to talk with people who are interested in them and their challenges. They are not interested in what you are, how you are, and your agenda. The opposite of the self promotion, the opposite of self promotion. Listen to me, girls. The opposite of self promotion is curiosity. So when you are curious, you will be invited in and others will promote you. Yeah, yeah, yes, yes. So assuming you know what matters to your audience, sometimes we tend to assume, our audience, we know that we know our audience very well. Yeah, we think that we actually don't listen to them. We are not thoughtful when we are dealing with them. So assuming that what matters to your audience, that is all you know, that will not take you anywhere, because that is where you don't understand the value of your own customers, your own audience, your own people, your own clients, your own potential client. So this is where you need to really genuinely care enough to understand their needs. Okay. Now, breaking the client's confidence. This is the one which I really want to emphasize here, that the confidence of the client, if once it is broken, then it is a complete deal breaker. Yeah. So preserving the client confidentiality, that often involves a trade-off between the personal gain and personal integrity. So while sharing other client stories for impact or for boosting your personal reputation is a great tool. I'm not saying that it's not a tool to those who are actually into mentoring or coaching, but it is also so important that I always try to avoid using it and I use it with a lot of sensitivity and caution, without even taking names or the year or kind of a very confident things which somebody had shared with you and they really have had told you not to share, or the kind of agreement which you signed off with your mentee or the client, where you said very clearly that you will not share anything to others about this person. So all those things. Yeah. So having said this, I just want to take you to the last thing of my session, which is always, yeah, any guesses? Quotes, right? Yeah, 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 yeah. I know, I know, I know, I know. Oh, very interesting quotes today. One is from, I don't know who she is, but she has written so beautifully there. I saw this somewhere on the Google, and I just thought, I will share with you. It was a nice pic of a girl who was, looking at the sky, blue sky. She had worn a nice green kind of, evening gown, and she had a lot of beautiful butterflies around, and that thing was, I think it was from Gaura or somebody, I don't recollect. She had written, self development is the self promotion. Yeah. So I want you girls to understand that self development itself is self promotion, and that's why I keep on stressing that, all those who really want to empower themselves, those who are into the self empowerment, they are developing themselves, and that itself is a self promotion. Because when other people, they see the change in you, other people, when they observe you and they see that you are more, confident about your own goals, objectives, your own growth, your own image, your own dress sense, your own speech, your own behavior, that is where you are promoting yourself. Yeah, people are observing you. So always remember this. The second one which touched my heart is from Bill Johnson. He says, whatever you gain through self promotion, you will have to sustain through self promotion. So when our promotion comes from God, He sustains it. And getting this element into the discussion is that, when you do this, when you get whatever you gain, a grace, a self image, branding kind of thing which you do for yourself, whenever you gain, you also have to sustain that through again self promotion. Yeah. So when our promotion, that comes from the divine. Yeah, he always sees to it that it sustains. What a beautiful quote it is from. Because a lot of people, I'm not boosting myself, but I have come across with a lot of beautiful women. They are so graceful. Yeah, they are they have their image, no doubt. They have a very typical, self image which is built up by them over a period of time. But they have this beautiful grace around them, and that grace keeps them sustaining. Yeah, so they don't have to then take extra efforts to promote themselves. That grace which comes from the divine, it remains with them, isn't it? I've come across with so many beautiful souls who, even if you look at them, you will feel so inspired, you will feel so motivated. So when people or the women classically, I can give multiple of examples, wherein I have come across with women who are the leaders in their areas, but they have a very different grace around them. That they are very graceful, they are very kind of a different aura around them, and that comes from the divine. That is what I believe. Yeah, because that sustains for years. Yeah, so that is where I feel that you need to build such kind of image. I'm not saying that you need to be very spiritually inclined for that, but there are who have the god gifted grace. There are who are having god gifted knowledge, which becomes their image. There are who are very beautiful, yeah, so they have their own image. And then that is where the grace comes, that comes from the divine almighty, and that remains and sustains them to carry on that image. Yeah, so the third one which I want to say is about, it's from Lily Benjamin. Yeah, so the competency of self promotion encompasses acting with intent, being assertive, and negotiating along the way. Yeah. So if you understand this, I don't know. But if you really, yeah, if you really want to have that, self promotion, then you also have to have, a kind of characteristics built inside you. Acting with intent, being more assertive, negotiating during the process. So these are the ways through which you can promote yourself. So you need to understand. You need not be aggressive, but you need to be assertive. You should be having the intents which are good for you as well as for others. You also should have the negotiation skills with you, so that whenever you promote yourself, you promote with the right intent, with the right manner, and with the right negotiation. Yeah. So that it doesn't backfire at you. So having said this, I'm going to sign off from today's session, and I'm going to say only this at the end of this session, that please understand that self promotion is a tool which you can use for your growth. You can use in all areas of your life, because that is where we do lot of things for others women. We do lot of things for our own, family, or our own, in our own neighborhood, or in our professional life, as well as in our businesses, for charity, for community services, and we do lot of things. But there are areas wherein we really need to self promote, so that whatever efforts which we are taking for this planet, they become more visible to others, because that is where, you know you can impact a lot of lives. So that is my mission, and that should be your mission. So having said this, I'm signing off, and we'll come back with another skill topic tomorrow. Till then, goodbye, have a great evening, and love you all.